Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I'm Melissa. I'm a dietitian and we talk about nutrition and food and intuitive eating and all that fun stuff here on my channel. So if you're into that, then make sure you're subscribed. Today we are talking about the first steps that you can take towards intuitive eating. I've talked about intuitive eating a lot on my channel. I've made in-depth videos about all 10 principles, so I will definitely make sure to link those here or there or whatever. But like a lot of things, I think intuitive eating can sound kind of intimidating because sometimes the way it's described makes it sound like you have to be perfect or else it doesn't count or you're not doing it right. Like you need to fully cut out dieting, fully embrace your body, and all of these things all at once, or else you can't call yourself an intuitive eater. But honestly, that couldn't be further from the truth. Becoming an intuitive eater takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of different steps. So if you feel like you're ready for certain steps and not ready for other ones, then that is totally fine. Any step towards eating more intuitively and starting to move away from diet culture is a positive one. So for instance, if you feel like you are ready to step away from certain food rules but not others, or maybe you're ready to embrace the food part of it but not the exercise, or vice versa, then it's really important to just kind of start where you feel ready. Intuitive eating is not about being perfect. In fact, it's the opposite. It's all about flexibility and what your body needs at certain points in time and being able to listen to that. So there are no set rules and you're not going to do it perfectly. And those steps and those principles are going to work different for every person. So with that being said, today I wanted to talk about what I feel like is a good place to start when it comes to intuitive eating. Like I said, this might not be the best place to start for everyone, and take steps as you can and as you feel ready. But for me, I feel like a good place for a lot of people to start is listening to your hunger and fullness cues. So many of us, I think, don't listen to our hunger and fullness cues because we are either A, ignoring our hunger cues, or B, eating when we're not hungry. So when it comes to ignoring hunger cues, that could be just something like, I'm getting pretty hungry, but I know dinner is in an hour or an hour and a half, so I'm just gonna push it down until then. Or trying to work through lunch. Or it could also mean things like counting calories, and once you use up your calories for the day, you won't eat even if you know that you're still hungry. So those are some pretty common ways that a lot of people ignore their hunger. In terms of ignoring fullness or eating at times when you are not hungry, that could be eating past the point of fullness, or that could even be using food to cope with stress or other emotions. And I feel like bringing awareness to hunger and fullness cues is such a great first step for a lot of people because it doesn't necessarily require a huge lifestyle shift. It doesn't require you to change what you're eating or make a huge change to how you're eating. It's kind of just tuning into your body and listening to your body and going from there. And while this is a good place to start, I know that it's not always easy. A lot of us are used to ignoring hunger cues, or maybe we don't have as strong a hunger cues because you have been ignoring them for so long, or you are just kind of used to these diet rules that say you're only allowed to eat at certain times of the day, you're not allowed to eat between meals, and it can be challenging to break out of those cycles. So I think the first step in moving towards this is to listen to hunger. So simply just tune into your body, pay attention to when you're getting hungry, and when you do start feeling that hunger, have a little something. Even if it's not mealtime, even if you are gonna eat in an hour, even if you've used up your calories for the day, whatever it is, at least have something small when you are hungry. And once you begin to regularly allow yourself to eat when you're hungry, then you can start turning into your fullness cues a little more. So paying attention to things like, is your meal actually filling you up? I think this is really common for chronic dieters, people who have been dieting their entire life, is not really having a meal based on what you want or what fills you up, but having a meal based on the calorie count or what your meal plan says you should be having. So when you're eating this meal, is it actually filling you up? Are you just eating it and you realize that you are not actually full at the end, or you are hungry 30 minutes later. Or on the reverse side, I know a lot of people deal with this mentality that they have to clear their plate, which is like a whole other thing from when you're a kid that we can go into another time. But you know, having this clean plate mentality of it's here so I have to eat it, even if you're full halfway through the meal or 3/4 of the way through the meal. So are you eating past the point of fullness simply because it's there? So those are some good things to start paying attention to when it comes to paying attention to your fullness cues. And the biggest thing with all of this is to notice and tune into these things without judgment. I know it can feel really easy to treat intuitive eating kind of like another diet where you pass and fail, and so you can kind of think like, oh, I got to this meal and I was super hungry. Oh, I should have eaten an hour ago. Why didn't I do that? Or, oh, I cleaned my plate and I'm overly full. Why didn't I just pay attention to my fullness cues? And that's not the point of this. The point of this is to just tune into your body, get some data points, and learn as you go. So do these things without judgment. If you are super hungry by the time you get to a meal, just think back to like, when did I actually start feeling this hunger? Do I think maybe if I had a snack, I wouldn't be like ravenously hungry right now? Maybe I should try that next time. Or why did I eat past the point of fullness today? Am I stressed or feeling another emotion? Did I just clear my plate because it was here? Just noticing those things about your hunger and fullness cues that you maybe didn't notice before, and doing it without judgment, because eating past the point of fullness does not make you a bad person. Not eating as soon as you're hungry does not make you a bad person. These are just steps to learn from as you start to become a more intuitive eater. So I think that just tuning into those hunger and fullness cues, starting to bring some awareness to them, is such a great place to start when it comes to intuitive eating. Like I said, it's a good way to just start to tune into your body without making any like dramatic lifestyle shifts. And I think it allows you to realize that you don't have to be perfect in this process, and that this process can take time. Like I said, the goal of intuitive eating is not to be perfect. The goal is to be flexible, to adapt to what your body needs. So some days you're going to be hungrier than others, and mastering these kind of steps will show you that it's okay to be flexible with that, and it's okay to tune into what your body needs that day, not what you think it should need. Again, I know that this isn't the perfect place to start for everyone. I just feel like this is a good place for most people. So if you don't feel like you are ready for this step, but you're ready for a different one, that is totally fine. Leave a comment below and let me know what step you are ready to work on right now. But I hope a lot of you feel like this is a good place to start. So let me know in the comments below, where are you in your intuitive eating journey? Are you just starting? Do you feel like you are now an intuitive eater? Are there any steps you're finding challenging? Let me know. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you haven't already. Also, if you feel like you need some more support in your journey to becoming an intuitive eater, I am working with people one-on-one, and hopefully maybe we'll have a group program sometime soon. So I'm going to leave my website below if you want to sign up to work with me. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.